Hi. I apologize first of all for the glare on my glasses. I figured it'd be weirder if I wasn't wearing them, but you can let me know. So this is my top 10 shows and why, except it's my top 11 because I couldn't decide. And I also have a list of honorable mentions, so I've twisted the rules quite a bit on this one, but here they are. Top 11 are Breaking Bad, because it's just like the best show ever written, basically. I have a very high opinion of Breaking Bad. Queer as Folk, which almost didn't make the list, but Brian Kinney. That's all. He made the list on his own. Dollhouse, which was in competition with Firefly for a while, but I figured Dollhouse itself has more characters that I am irrationally, or I guess rationally, in love with, including Echo herself, and Victor and Sierra, and Paul, and everyone else. Yeah, Dollhouse is just really good. One, because it's Whedon. Two, because it's just a really great show. I'm having trouble with the whys, but and then of course Buffy has to be on the list. What would a list be without Buffy on it? Yeah, Buffy. I'm gonna skip the why, and I'm just gonna tell you guys why everything's perfect. This video is going very badly. Okay, next is Shameless, because it never disappoints me, and it's just got the best characterization. It's simultaneously funny and heartbreaking. Every week I don't know, I'm just never disappointed by Shameless, and it's just got a lot of really great storylines. Manages to make sort of ridiculous storylines seem feasible and emotionally realistic, so that's why Shameless is on there. Game of Thrones, because Song of Ice and Fire is one of my favorite things ever in the world, and I don't think I could not give the show that got it into my life a place on my top 10 shows list. So that's why Game of Thrones is on there, even though I prefer the books to the show. Okay, Oz. Because no one will ever watch it, and I wanted to put it on there to piss you guys off. So I can just be like, there's this great show you're not watching, why not? But I think honestly, also Oz is on there because it made me really, really emotional, and I respect that in a show. I've also bent the rules a little bit here and grouped Generation Kill, The Pacific, and Band of Brothers into one show called War Series, because they all had to be on there and I couldn't pick between them. And yeah, that's why that's on there. Supernatural made the list of 11 because seasons 1 through 5 are just really great, and even though I'm not watching it anymore, it's still, I guess, one of my favorites of all time, if you pretend it stopped after season 5. And then Parks and Rec, which I think is the only comedy on my list. And it's not the only comedy that I watch, so it's my favorite comedy, you could say. and because it's my happy show, and you can never be sad while watching Parks and Rec. And it's like so well written for a comedy, it's great. And then number 11 is Torchwood, because I couldn't not put it on there. I like almost forgot about it, and then I was like, Bayonta Jones, and so it had to go on there. So that's my top 11. And honorable mentions: Moonlight, because it's my first show that I was really ever into, and even though it only got a season and it greatly declined in quality in the second half, it still has a very large chunk of my heart. So there's that. That got an honorable mention. Friends also got an honorable mention for being one of the first shows I ever got into and watched like the whole thing, and it's great. Undeniably, I could watch a Friends marathon over and over again and not get sick of it, except maybe if I watched it 10 times. Another honorable mention is United States of Tara, which I really wanted to fit on the list, but I already made my list 11, and I figured I probably couldn't make it 12. So it's an honorable mention, but I needed to mention it. And then the last honorable mention is Battlestar Galactica, because I'm not done with it. So I feel like I couldn't actually put it on the top 10 list, but I really love it, so it's going on there. Yeah, so that is all. Sorry this video is terrible, that there's a glare on my glasses, that I fidget because my laptop's on my lap, and that I totally screwed with the rules. But there you have it. Keely's top 11 shows and honorable mentions, with sometimes talking about why.